Hello and welcome to my Chapter 10 Maddening guide. In this guide I'm going to be outlining some basic tactics you can use to beat Chapter 10. These can be used on probably any playthrough. I'm assuming you've been using Luis and Jade. I mean, Jade, you don't have to use her, but it kind of helps in the opening here. So Jade has Roy, Chloe has Sigurd, I have Marth on Alir, I have Leaf on Luis, and the rest doesn't really matter too much. You want at least one archer, I would say, and I'm running 2 mages. Mages are generally good to run. Lapis, she's actually, like, you're probably better off running Diamant, so there's definitely better units to run than her. So that I'm kind of handicapping myself a little bit. She does have a good weapon though, so. And then I'm running Yunaka. Alright, so let's fight. The starting position is actually pretty cool. It's not that bad. So I actually already made this video, but I had to redo it because the endgame tactics, like as you get to the boss, could be improved and made to be way more reproducible, and I discovered like a better tactic. So I'm going to be redoing this from the beginning, which is fine. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, move Luis on this tile, and then equip high damage weapon. You can use a Great Lance actually, because it's enemy phase damage, so it's fine. And then we're going to throw Jade over here, and she can equip an Iron Great Axe. So you get huge counterattack damage. And then you want Chloe to move right here, right by these pillars. Then everyone else kind of just moves down.
I'll protect you.
I'm prepared.
Here goes.
So the enemies generally will do the same thing every time.
What's our move?
And if they don't, you can either retry or move units around slightly. Because you want a certain position on the left side. So we should get a line of 3 flyers. Let's see if we get it. Alright, and then we just need Rosado to go in the middle. Perfect. So this is the position you want. And you probably can tell what I'm about to do to these enemies. But you want this. So usually putting your enemies like this, I think it gets Rosado to think, you know, I'm going to go attack them this way, so he does. And then you want this here for a specific reason as well. Or, I'm sorry. Anna's supposed to be over there. Hold on. That's my bad. Yeah, because this one gets damaged and can be cleaned up by Celine. If you don't have Anna, like, it's still fine. Actually, let's stick with this, because let's assume you're not running Anna, because she's actually insane and can completely one-round this enemy. I did use a Spirit Dust on her, so she might be able to one-round it. But here is the tactic here. You pop Roy. And that kills the guy in front of you. It also creates fire and delays the right flank.
I won't lose.
Yeah, I guess I can't really assume you have Anna, like a cracked Anna. Anna has insane magic growth, so if you make her a mage early on, she's absolutely nuts. But, let's see, you have lethal? Yeah, she can barely not kill it. So that might be the situation you're in, and that's fine. You can just tank this for another turn. It'll attack her. Okay, then we pop Sigurd. And override with your best weapon. So we actually kill one of them and put huge damage on the rest. The momentum adds to the damage, so that's why you want the distance.
One strike will decide it all.
So now they're -1 on the left, and Rosado is basically dead. And also Chloe can tank this magic thing. She's a res tank, she's high res. So she's totally fine. You can toggle this, and then untoggle Rosado, because he's going to be getting killed this turn. Just so you can see where you shouldn't put your units. And then this guy can hit her. So let's see what he hits. Alright, so I have kind of a dumb way to do this. So she ignores terrain bonuses, right? So you can still attack this, and then it should attack her and then die on her next turn, because it can't kill her, so... So this is if you can't one-round this. If you can one-round this, then great. Maybe you're using... what's the other character's name? I can't remember her name. I never run her. Citrine. If you're using Citrine, I think she has higher magic. She could probably one-round this. And then... my Anna can one-round that from full health, but she's over here, so... put your stronger mage on the right flank. But I'll let that mistake stay in just to make it harder on myself on purpose. To show how you would deal with that if you can't one-round that. Ooh, I got the proc. Oh, that's so nice. This is why you use Anna. You get free gold. It's so good. It's so good. Alright. Alright, killing Rosado. I mean, you have so many units over here. And he also has a melee weapon. He has a killer axe, so you don't want to hit him too close. So you can just pepper him down. And then you delay Gold Mary completely because of the fire. So she can't really move very far. I think they actually all move over here, so they displace themselves. This will very likely attack her and get killed on counter hit. And it just hits a 20, so she's fine. Alright, killing this guy. I can say I did make Lapis good. Like, Halberdier, Kagetsu is clearly better because he has insane speed. His base, their growths are similar, but his bases are just way too high. And you get him, I think, in Chapter 11, so he has like 22 speed and 17 strength. Whereas she, right now, she has 15 strength, which is okay, and her speed is nowhere near 22. So he is objectively better. So if you're wondering who you should run. Alright, so Alfred. Alright, I'm going to do this. He's kind of hard to use, to be honest. He's not a bad unit, it's just that there's so many better units. That's really the problem with this game, is
You were a good fight.
some of these units are okay, but there's just so many better units you can run. Honestly, I don't think he's worth investing in. That doesn't mean he's bad, it's just that other things are just so much better that why would you run him? That's the kind of situation he's in. Alright, and then I'll stay here to get this to come attack me. Then I'll counterattack that. Alright. And if you want to devote another unit over to the left or the right flank, you could have someone else over here to last hit this so you don't have to get hit. But you can start pushing this way. You only need like 1 or 2 units to clean up this guy. And when this has no targets, it will start attacking you. And also there's a thief that this thief is going to steal this, and then try to escape. You're going to kill him with Chloe, and it's going to be fine. Chloe is honestly one of the best units to invest in early on. There's no downside to her at all. She has mobility, she has damage, she has good speed growth. Her low strength can be offset by giving her a steel weapon with an engraving and plus like 2 to 3 on it. Alright, so we're making use of enemy phase there. Putting a nice 17 on that horse. Okay, and then because you have Sigurd popped, you can just go kill this. You're making use of momentum to literally one-shot it, which is pretty disgusting. Flying is really good. I don't understand why people underrate flying in this game. It's objectively very strong. Especially early game. Like, I have a tactic for the next map that's going to blow your mind. That's so crazy. You'll probably be in disbelief when you see it. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's literally... I think it's optimal too, but it's absolutely insane. The tactic I'm going to show. I kind of want to feed Yunaka a little bit. Here you go. Sheen's a level up.
Was that too much?
Alright. Okay, and then these guys over here. So they have 3 units. Funny enough, I can tank, I think, all of them. I have Lance Reaver now. Hit rate's questionable, so she does 13. I think I can actually one-shot this. Yeah, she can just straight up one-shot this. Just to get rid of the archer. I might as well, there's no reason not to. Tanks are crazy. When there's no mages or like armor slayers, tanks are absolutely ridiculous. She just one-shots an archer like it's nothing. Alright, and then over here, we're fine. Let's just rotate a healer. Let's do this. So you want to have her not die, that's ideal. You don't want her to die, I would say. Oh yeah. Now, I'm assuming you're watching this through. You want your obstruct staff on Celine, or well, whoever has stabs, you want obstruct and Micaiah. And we're going to be using this for the boss if we need it, but if we don't, because of proper pulling and making use of enemy phase, I'll call out how to use it and explain why it's good. And then from there, if you're in a worse position than me in the middle or the end game of this map, you will be fine. So I'm gonna have contingencies, and I'm trying to account for them because I understand how crazy some of these maps can get, especially if you just keep missing attacks. Like, just missing a bunch of attacks can force you to use pulses, or can force you to, like, need to reset. Alright, and then you can just chill out. Whatever you require. Yeah, that mage is starting to rotate.
I must insist.
She's doing the little evasion situation. Just wants an L-fire. Yeah, you definitely kill that guy. For sure. Actually, yeah, you can start it now. So hit him here. And the reason you want her on Sigurd is Canter. So you don't have to fight the boss right away. She needs to catch a heal. This hits... doesn't hit lethal damage. So this will move like here, and then she canters and kills it. Alright.
Just meditating.
My will is firm.
Okay. So dealing with her... honestly, I think the best thing to do here... I need to get her off the evasion tile. Now, I could pop Marth. Because we can get Marth back from these and use it on the boss. So I can just pop Marth. That's probably the easiest thing to do, because it ignores the terrain. As far as I can tell, it's just 100% accuracy. So Lodestar with your highest. In this case, it's this. And then I can hit her with a mage.
Fate has brought us here.
The sound effects. It's so funny. Alright, then I have Canter, which is cool. Then this guy... Dude, she's just like... Oh my god. Dude, Jade is like the Grim Reaper right now. She's just like floating over to people and like... one-shotting them. Alright, and then let's see, who do I want to feed? The thing is, I want to give Anna all these kills because she just made me a 500 gold. Like, I'm going to be feeding Anna a ton. She's going to grow up nice and strong. She's going to grow up with a ton of money. From her efforts. Alright, what do you got for me? Give me money. Show me the money. Alright, I'll take an energy drop. It's pretty good. Let's heal. Alright, so the opening honestly isn't bad. If you do the tactics I outlined, you use dual tanks, you pick the mage with Chloe. Chloe is so good at just getting past enemies and killing them and surviving. She's just really good at that. Also, I have a Void plus 10 on her. This is actually going to become extremely relevant later on in the next map. So I highly recommend getting her Void plus 10 and then also making this weapon, Steel Lance plus 3 with this engraving. It's absolutely insane and it's endgame ready, especially once it hits plus 5. It's a really good weapon. You can literally use it on the endgame and it's solid. It doubles consistently, it's really good. I used it in my first playthrough, so. Alright. The rest, alright, we just chill out. The mage might go back to, yeah, he goes back to the siege. Yeah, I was about to say, he might go back to the siege. Alright, so... we can still kill this. I can just Javelin and then Canter out. Yeah, so just Javelin. And you can have a healer over here to heal her. Alright, but now we get all this stuff. The L-Fire is really good. So Anna's gonna get that. And then she's gonna be even more insane. And just get rid of the fire. That's why I didn't upgrade it. Like, L-Fire is okay to upgrade. But I wouldn't upgrade the other stuff, like fire and whatever. I mean, you can upgrade it like once or twice, but you shouldn't need to. It helps like marginally. Alright, and then from here, you can just wait for the mage. He's gonna start rotating. Heal your units. And then you can kind of take this at your own pace. This map lets you take its key stages at your own pace, which is nice. A lot of the later maps don't do that. They just like force you to panic and just keep going. Like you're just like in a situation where you have to just keep pressing on, and there's just like tons of reinforcements. Honestly, I prefer the earlier maps because of their pacing. I think the way I'm gonna make a video on this, but I think like the way that they structure maps is important, and it does matter. And when they have maps where you're just like completely overloaded with enemy density the entire time, unless you're using some crazy builds that can easily deal with that, it's just not fun to play. Not as fun. I like the maps where there's like segments and stages, so you actually have time to like think in between, like, you know, calculating all these attacks. Alright. What can you do? I feel like he's really weak. She's actually become good. I figured out a way to make her good. Kind of proud of that. Because she is kind of...
Let's be careful.
Kind of meh. Alright, I'm going to attack with a javelin to set up a kill. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just snowball Chloe. I think that, yeah. I think I'm going to... If Alfred dies in the next map, I think I'm going to stop using him. Honestly,
I'm sorry.
For a unit guide for him, I don't even know. I don't even know if he deserves one. He just seems like he's a liability, and that's not ideal at all. Because, like, units either sink or swim, right? Like, you can go out of your way to make them good. Like I did with Lapis, I went on my way to make her good by giving her a good weapon and putting her on Halberdier, and that kind of helps, but Kagetsu is just clearly way better. 22 speed and 17 strength as a starting class, and you get him the next chapter? That's like... And then he has similar speed growth to her. Now, if they had similar base stats, one of them has slightly better speed growth, the other one has slightly better strength growth, and they would be kind of samey. But because his bases are different, it's not even a contest. Like, it's just not even close. Some units just get outclassed like that, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Alright, I'm going to use Restore just to pull the poison off. Okay, so some things about the upcoming fight. Hortensia does have freeze. You're going to want restores too, just to have them, just in case your strategy doesn't work out and you need restores. So I have 2 restore units. You are going to lose your emblem rings next chapter, so Micaiah. If you have a unit who has stabs on Micaiah, you should just give those stabs to someone else. And you can do that before you start chapter 11. Alright, so let's just move up. I'm gonna heal everyone to full health. You should always do that if the game allows it. Like, if there's time, you should always heal to full. I do feel like he doesn't do much. The thing is, damage just isn't there. He has... The funny thing is, his growths aren't even bad. It's just that you have to invest so much in a lot of units that investing in him versus other things. Like, I would rather have a cracked Anna, Chloe, who else? Alir, because Alir is force deploy. I'd rather have good tanks to feed XP too. You can do a rewarp strat and like dive bomb the boss. That can work. It's not really necessary though. I don't think Hortensia is like that huge of a threat that you should waste a rewarp, because there are only so many rewarps in the game. You can't infinitely buy them. So I would save that shit. I would save it for a rainy day, and by that I mean the end game. Okay, and then to attack.
I'm listening.
She's listening. She's paying attention. That's what you have to do. You have to listen. I wish I had the hey listen. I have some buttons here.
Woohoo!
Like that. let's get these guys in there. Alright, actually you can stand in, weirdly enough. You can actually be a few tiles in. And that won't aggro. It seems counterintuitive, but this game's AI is different. So watch, it won't care. At least here. Yeah. It just is like whatever. So you actually can straight up stand in a little bit. And this is useful for positioning, so alright. Okay. Now to pull, all you have to do. So Canter is overpowered. You just throw a javelin. And then Canter too. And this aggro's everything. And then from there... Actually, now that everything's aggroed, we're going to need to consider who can get hit. She can tank this. She's fast enough. You're fast enough. You're fast enough. Actually, I think we're fine. There's a lot of the mages that I'm running, like Celine and Anna, they're very fast. They're fast enough to not get doubled by this, which is all you need, really. She's fast enough as well. She would one-shot this on counterattack. You can move Alir up. We're very likely going to be diving. I don't want to get hit by two things, though. You can always calculate damage out to see. So 21 and then 24, hitting into 9 defense. So that's plus 18 health for the 2 hits. And then you can just add that. So, what was that, 51 health? So he should survive that. Right? Yeah, because it'd be 43 plus the 8. 51. Alright, cool. And that can equip Armor Slayer. Alright. Okay, Hortensia can hit with Hellfire here. Or no, I'm sorry, she'll use a staff. She doesn't move on the first turn. That's a key thing to note as well. And if you want, you can obstruct like here or something, or obstruct there if you want. You don't have to. I wouldn't, honestly. You probably don't need to. All right, then we're just gonna pass. Just make sure you don't have low speed units that can get doubled, and calculate damage if you want to counterattack on enemy phase here. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. Armor Slayer. Early Armor Slayer is very good. Late game Armor Slayer, I haven't really run too much. I can try it out this playthrough. But yeah, I can tank both of those enemies. He's going for Yunaka. Oh, because it doesn't kill her. Get behind me. Alright, then they get archers. Okay, now Hortensia will attack. So pay attention to her movement, like her mobility. Chloe can just go toe-to-toe with her. No problem. Let's see. He's not going to double anything. Don't put tanks forward because she has magic and will melt them, so... She's high speed, she'll double and melt your tanks. Very likely. Magic attack of 23. Res of 2. So she would do 46 damage, he would die. Jade might be able to tank it at full health. Let's see. She's plus 14. That puts her 52 health. Jade could tank her. That's funny. Jade could tank her. That's actually interesting. Even at 35 health, I think she tanks her. She would be at 49 health, and she would take 46 and survive. So, funny enough, you can dive in with Jade if you want. That guy has an armor or a hammer or something now, so maybe not the best idea. Alright, Anna can tank her, unless she gets hit physical. So, don't do that. The easiest thing to do, though, is just to kill these, and then allow her to hit you, and then dive her afterwards. Alright, so let's do this. Let's have you attack, because you can't be... Might as well use the Great Lance. Oh, he crits. If he doesn't crit, just last it with Yunaka. It's that simple. or whoever. Like, literally anyone could last hit that. Alright, and then I'm going to have him trade... Or no, he has a javelin. Great. Alright, he's going to javelin this. If he hits.
This
Cool.
is what I trained for.
I guess his speed is kind of bad. Yeah, there's no, like, swift strikes in this game. So, like, these, like, medium speed cavaliers just don't cut it in this game, I think. She can be absolutely insane right here if you want to troll the enemy team. She's now plus 60 avoid. So you can do one of these. This helps body block as well. She's fast enough that Hortensia is not going to double her. And her defensive stats are medium, which is good. So that if she gets hit by either combat styles, it's not going to do much. So you can make use of these pillars. It's totally legit. So 12 speed, 17 speed. Alright, so she would get doubled if she was using her Steel Lance. I'm going to catch a heal. I like how she gets strength. Okay, and then I can Armor Slayer this from the pillars. I'm assuming you're investing in a Leer because it's a force deploy. You should invest in Leer. I just got hit with a 15.
I had to stop you.
What the heck? Alright, I think I can still tank it, but what the hell? Alright, what's your physical hit? Alright, you're 22 physical. I have 19. Alright, I can tank that, and then I can tank both. That's still funny though. I got hit. Alright, then we'll poke this with a longbow. And I'm trying to create a wall with tanks so that Hortensia can't dive. And alright, so if Chloe or one of your carries gets frozen, make sure you use one of your restore units to just restore. It has 3 range, so you can just be like here, and you can restore from there. Alright, and then let's see. Alright, I'm gonna break her. Actually, I'm gonna kill her and break her. This is why this Steel Lance is so insane.
It's tea time.
And it's tea time. The enemy team was minding their own business, and then suddenly it's tea time, and everything went to hell. Alright, so now you can see that her range is kind of messed up. Weirdly, it's showing... 2, 3, 4, 5. It's showing that this is red. I don't know. Oh, because she can use this. She can't... Funny enough, she can use this. However, this is a res tank, so... A res tank with good enough speed not to get doubled, so she can knock herself out on that. Alright, what do you hit on Anna? Let's say I let you hit me with a Lance Reaver. I'm sorry, Lewin. Oh, it has crit, so that's something to watch out for. Alright, I guess I don't want that to happen. Alright, so she'll just chill out here. And we should be fine unless she gets a random crit, which could happen. Yeah, she can use the siege weapon. That's happened to me before. And she killed someone with it, and it was very funny. Alright, let's see.
No.
Let's see what happens. We should be
I
fine.
don't know where...
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the Armor Slayer was wait. Oh, okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. You have to manipulate that. Alright. Oh, yeah. Right here. Alright, so... The stupid Armor Slayer's wait. Yeah, I forgot. See, that's like the thing about the Armor Slayer. It's just so heavy. It's so heavy. Now, I have another idea, too. I could just obstruct the tile, I think. And then she would have to hit me with magic, or hit one of these. I think that's better. Oops, don't do that. Alright. Alright, let's see if she gets a crit. If she gets a crit, that's just unfortunate. It's like a 20 to 30% chance that it happens. She's going for Yunaka?
No.
Then where is
Or no, is she
I
attacking me
don't know
still?
where she...
she?
Wait, what? Oh, this. Oh yeah, she hellfire. Oh my god, this dude, this Armor Slayer is tripping me up. It's very funny. All right, let me do this correctly. Yeah, stupid little mistakes like this are why I would never do an Iron Man run. Alright, so I'm gonna Alright, so let's here use this. Alright. Yeah, she doubles him with everything because of the dumb sword weight. Damn. Dude, Anna's insane. Alright, you can just wait here. Alright, what's your speed? 14, fantastic. And then... Great. Okay. Stuff like this will happen. You have to deal with it. It's unfortunate. Especially in Chapter 11. Chapter 11, I feel like you're at the mercy of the enemy team to some degree.
No.
Then where is she?
I don't
Alright,
know.
just attack me already.
Is this really how
She crit me?
No.
Holy crap, dude. Did she just crit me right there? Oh my god. Alright, let me undo this turn, apparently. Okay, let's do this. Did she seriously just crit me? Wow. So, alright, so the Armor Slayer was dumb, but the critting, that was annoying. Alright, I have an alternate strategy. I'm just gonna kill this with magic. Apparently Alir is just a huge liability right now. On an evasion tile, no less.
All in a day's work.
She just hits right through it. Alright. Alright, get out of there. Okay, so I'm gonna be mindful of her range. What's her hit rate? 152 versus 9. Alright, so she won't want to attack her. That'll be like a last resort that she attacks her. Alright, then what do you hit on me? Alright, she doesn't seem to have crit with that. You really want her to use Owlfire, because it's not nearly as dangerous. Whereas this thing has crit. It has more crit. It has enough crit that it's probably going to happen. Alright, so we'll use the longbow. This Alir, dude, my Alir is such a liability right now. Like, the thing is, aside from the Armor Slayer being heavy and just me not paying attention to that, the strategy was fine. She just happened to roll a crit when I actually manipulated the weapons. Alright, so then this dies.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm going to canter in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I guess she's gonna spear me if that's gonna happen. Alright, and then the only way she can hit Anna is by using this, which is stupid. So if she wants to do that, she can knock herself out. Alright, and then the rest should get out of the way.
Here until
Alir.
the end.
Is your luck bad or something? Oh, your luck is low. It's like, why are you getting crit so much? I mean, the doubling, you know, that's from the... I like that. I thought he was at full health. I just hit A because I thought he was gonna get healed. I like that it prioritizes, like, based on position randomly instead of who actually needs the health the most. Uh-oh. Alright. She's using the siege. She'll do this. Don't get, you know, don't underestimate her. She will use a siege weapon on you. And it will be funny. Oh yeah, I have to watch out for this archer. She'll use all uses of the siege weapon on you too. Unless you get out of range. The funny thing is, if you get out of range of it, then she'll freeze you. So she can be annoying. She can be very annoying. Some of the bosses in this game can be like pure cancer to fight. Alright, so let's heal. I'm gonna get out of range of the siege weapon to get her to come to me. I'm not gonna dive her with that archer just chilling out. I mean, maybe I could hit her on this flank. She can't really do much, so... Hits her for 10. Alright, I'm just gonna stab her. She wants to play these games.
Give me an order.
She's like trolling. She will use the siege weapon. I don't want to use too many of my engages because I want to make sure I start the next fight with full engages. So, alright, she should be fine. Alright. Alright, there's the archer.
Is it go time?
So I'll just kill the archer, canter too, then catch a heal.
Simple enough.
And now that the archer's dead, we can push her. I just don't want to push when there's the threat of Chloe getting one shot by... Well, it would kill her in 2 hits, but she could die in 1 turn. Alright, then we'll heal with Anna. She's going to siege me again, but she'll siege Chloe. Funny enough. You don't need the siege weapon to fight the boss. You really just need 1 hit of it if you want to make use of it. The strategy I'm going to show for fighting the last boss will involve routing pretty much most of the enemies on enemy phase, and then isolating the boss and using Obstruct to delay him so that you can set up a clean kill on him. She's going to use a siege. Yeah. She's such a troll. She's such a troll. She's really just sieging me. She'll do that. Like, the bosses are smart in this game. Alright, I'm gonna get her down to health bar. She's alright, so she's prioritizing magic, which tells me that she doesn't want to hit me
I'm sorry.
with the melee weapon because I counterattack for good damage. So she's gonna probably use Hellfire again, and we can just whittle her down. Yeah, she doesn't want to get counterattacked. So she's basically shown me fear and expects mercy.
Whatever you need.
Alright, I'm just gonna take this slow though. There's no need to rush. I'll stay out of her range. She'll use another freeze. You do get that freeze staff. I don't really use freeze staffs. There's definitely a use case for them in some maps. Alright, she should approach now. Use freeze. Alright.
I'm listening.
Alright, she's listening. Ah! Alright. Okay. Can't really get to her. Now I could do... I'm gonna see what this does. Oh, it's so close. Can you lightning for 3? Nope, she can lightning for 0. Alright. Yeah, her flyer mobility is pretty crazy. Now, one thing I can do is just kind of like kite her. So, just pay attention to where she can move. And I'm just gonna like run away.
Run away!
Oh, she's frozen, that's right. But weirdly, I tank her. So... yeah. If I wait, I get more res. She's trying to kill me, I believe. Oh, wait. We have this. Except she dies, so that's... I mean, here's the thing. If I warp Ragnarok, I could kill her. I'll just try to turtle. I don't like turtling, if I can avoid it. But she's actually crazy right now. Let me see. Alright, that's her range. Alright, Jade can tank the hits. Some of these units can't. She should be able to tank with fire equipped. Alright, and do you have high luck? I want to make sure she doesn't have crit chance on her. Alright, she has insane luck. Holy crap. She's like one of the luckiest units I have. Alright, so she'll very likely target Jade. And then I think we're fine. Stab her again. Yeah. See, this is why I prefer Jade to Luis, if I had to choose one. She can actually tank magic.
Is it go time?
Alright, now we can kill her. Who do I want to kill her with? Definitely want to feed someone. Let's see. Yeah, she can't get in the weeds there. I can use longbow here. Let's put some damage on her. So you can pick who you want to feed. I don't know that I want to invest any more in Alfred. I think I'm done running him. For unit guide on him, I can just like mention what he would be good in. I don't think I need to run him to figure that out. He definitely has like a lot of problems. I might feed a Lear actually. Let's do that. You. It's a me.
I lost.
Oh.
Why do
Her voice. Alright. Alright, we got a freeze. It's kind of neat. Okay, now what you want to do is heal. Oh yeah. She doesn't have... Oh wait, you're full health. I thought she was missing health for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, heal this. So heal everyone up. If someone's missing engage, you can just get it for free over there. Yeah, sometimes the Hortensia fight is weird and she'll like use the siege weapon and be annoying. Other times she just attacks one of your res tanks and then she's just in and you just kill her. You can always rewarp if you want. Rewarp damage to her and then kill her that way. That's cleaner. It uses rewarp though, and I'm trying to avoid using rewarp early so that it can be used later on for harder maps. But if you want to just kill her easily, get a bunch of physical damage units or units that can tank, rewarp them in. Don't rewarp in Chloe because she can just ride right up to her and stab her. And then rewarp in like a Lear, probably even Jade if you're running Jade. Something like Yunaka. Lapis could last hit her, for example. So you can rewarp in some damage. You can just pop like Leaf on her. You can pop Marth on her. I wouldn't override. It's not going to do much. It's going to do less damage. Override is only good when you're hitting multiple targets. There's really no reason to use it if it's a single target, unless you just don't want to get counterattacked. That's really the only reason you would use it. Alright, we got to get these kids healed. Some of these are actual literal kids. You wouldn't take a child to war, would you? You would. You would take a child to war. And that's okay. And that's okay. Alright. So, I'm going to mentally prepare you for this next stage. This guy, he's reasonably tanky, but he's weak to magic, but he has a tomahawk. So if you can get him to switch to sword, that's great. If not, it's whatever. Killing him, he has low speed, so as long as the unit can tank 35 physical attack, they can hit him. And you can, of course, have someone who can tank hit and then last hit with a unit who can't tank just to get his health bars down. So what we're going to do is position all the units forward. And I'll start attacking the gate. Oh, you can just open it. Let's just do that. Alright. The funny thing is, though, you don't have to hold this position. You just happen to be here. You can actually retreat. Like, you don't have to be here if you don't want to. You can, like, hold over here. And enemies, so, like, look at their movement. It's like 4, 5, 4. So over a few turns, now sometimes they do move weird, but potentially you could delay them. Another thing you can do is have these guys attack you so that you start the turn and they're damaged. So he would come in like this. You can also counterattack him during your turn. Now he's a physical unit, so tanks are really good to fight him. So what I will do, let's look at their damage. Alright, so 21, 21, so those hit 0. So I'm actually going to use Jade. One thing that people don't really talk about that's good about Jade is the fact that her defense isn't too high. Which seems counterintuitive, but enemies will not attack if the defense is too high. They will refuse. So we can get counterattacks on the swords, but she's going to get tomahawked for 35. So it's 17 damage, I believe. And then this will hit. Yeah, she can tank that. Alright, now I don't have a hand axe to give her to counterattack the boss, but we can use this stuff. So you can take your tanks. Equip great weapons, and then the swords will attack them and get counter hit. Now he might not get attacked by the swords, so just be aware of that. And then everyone else should be in kind of far, so you can dive the boss. All right, so let's end turn. There we go, 24 damage on that. You want to do as much with enemy phase as you can. So she's gonna get hit. I think for 18. I don't know, 17. Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. I had the damage backwards. Oh, he doubles her. Oh yeah, that's right. He does double her because of the speed. But she has holdout, so that actually kind of is fine. Holdout's pretty good on a tank. It's pretty good, so that actually worked out. All right, now both of these are almost dead, which is nice. So then we can focus a lot on him, and then anything can last at these. So to kill, I can pop Marth here. And the reason why I would want to do that is I can get it back potentially before this other boss aggroes, because I think we have, what's your move? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you would have Marth for, I think, 3 turns. Yeah, maybe we don't do that. He does have a tomahawk, so that's one aspect of him that's crazy. And he's very tanky, but he's weak to magic. So I could hit him with like Celine. He doesn't seem to be that weak to magic though. He's definitely tough, like he has a lot of durability. 25. So this puts some chip damage on him and reduces his defenses. Alright, I'm gonna do something like this. Let's go for accuracy. Just to get Lapis in.
My apologies.
Alright, let's see what she can do. She gets hit for 25. She would need to catch a heal. So this puts backup attacks on him. She would definitely need to catch a heal from Celine. So let's do this. Yeah, because we want to get backup attacks going. She might dodge. No, she doesn't. Dodges never work out when you need them to. That's something I've learned in this game. They only work out when you don't need it. Alright. And she should be able... Oh wait, she has Thunder equipped? Okay, he's still fat, or he's still slow. Alright, that's lucky. Yeah, I should have checked the speeds, but these are both going to be dead, so I'm not too worried. Alright, she can hit pretty hard on that. She's healed if she's going to attack it. This probably works, yeah. So let's just poke him. I do get hit. Oh no, 8%, that should miss. See, 8% I would put money on it misses. Alright, so that's 1 health bar. She can just wait here. She will get shot. Oh wait, I didn't even check the damage. What does this deal to her? 35. Ooh. Just a canter. Yeah, it's just a canter. Let me check his range. Yeah, she could have cantered 1. Stupid little things like that will get your units killed. Alright. Because that attack has 100% accuracy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, and then we can do like longbow. I can smack. Let's see. I think that's the highest damage. So 26 from that. I can do the longbow now. So I have a better idea of what damage I need. I'm trying to conserve all my ults for the actual boss. This is like a mini boss. Anna can come. She can deal huge damage. So I can smack this, canter, and then Anna can point blank it, and then Jade can kill that. And then he can body block so that Jade doesn't get punched. I don't think this can hit Jade though, so she's probably fine anyways. Alright, so we do this. Steel sword. He should miss too, which is nice. Odds are in our favor that he misses the counterattack.
Here.
Nice. Then we just canter. Let me check her accuracy to make sure she has this hit. Alright, her most accurate is either of these. I guess we use the steel axe. 20 hit, that's not really that good. Then against him, 75. Okay, so 20 attack. Alright, he can last hit that, so Jade's gonna have to move. Yeah, alright, so she moves in, she point blank magic, kills him. If she has this, she can. The chain can miss, and she has this.
Me first.
You can use an ult if you want, an emblem ring. I always call them alts. You can use an ult if you want. It's just faster to say alt. Like, I'm not gonna say emblem ring. That's like too many syllables. You know, we're trying to we're trying to keep it brief. You know, you can use an ult if you want, but you shouldn't need to. Let's try this, I guess. Cool.
You were a good fighter.
Okay, now what's left is this guy. She takes 10 from Astral Storm. I'm gonna have her use Vulnerary. Alright. We just have this monk guy alive. Then the mages come in. These come in first, though. Alright, so he used
There are
that.
so many of him. He used the emblem to create double.
Alright, the monk retreats. Funny enough. Alright, now these guys, you want to deal as much damage on enemy phase as possible on this map. So these guys, they're not too bad to deal with. You want to make sure that they can hit the thing that they're attacking. Alright, so he is going to Astral Storm, so that's something you have to watch out for. And the range on it's pretty insane. Or sorry, Astra Storm. So here's what we'll do. I'll let him Astra Storm something so that it's used, because if he hits Chloe, she dies. And then we will kill these. Or potentially tank both. He gets a 10 on her.
That's it?
Alright, so you whip your big axe. 25 on Anna. He might hit Anna. I mean, as long as whoever he hits doesn't die, it's fine. You want to save your ults. Get your squishies out. And then check the range on these. Alright, so she can move in and heal Yunaka. Just make sure no one dies from it. Alright, 20 on her. Yeah, check every unit. So he takes a 5. So he's fine. She takes a 20. She uses a Vulnerary. Yeah, don't be afraid to use Vulneraries here. Alright, and then he can use Iron Great Lance for damage. Those are good if you have like no upgrades on weapons, just for something. You guys can chill out next to each other. Alright. So we counterattack both of the flyers. Or at least one of them. See, that's the problem with Luis. His defense is too good. That thing got a lucky crit. And I think now he has lethal on Jade. That's so stupid. That's so stupid, dude. I hate lucky crits. Oh my god. How many time crystals am I at? I've used a few just because of dumb things like that. Oh, it's unfortunate. Alright, so Jade gets crit by that. I mean, they're coming. I'll just kill them, whatever. I just want to I like to make use of enemy phase, but when stupid stuff like that happens, what are you gonna do? Honestly, I don't like crits as a mechanic at all. I think it's stupid. It's my least favorite thing about Fire Emblem. I don't mind the random hits to some degree, but like crit chance, it's just it takes a plan that would work and just makes it fail to literal randomness. It just feels bad. Okay. Alright, I don't think he kills anyone now. Just checking. Okay. Okay, here he goes. Cool. He hit Anna. How rude. Alright, now we're gonna mess these guys up. Pretty badly. And toggle him for now. Alright, so that's the mage range. You do want the mages to attack things. And you want to kill the mages. That's actually optimal in my opinion. Okay, so... what can you do? Oh, it's chain guarded. Okay. We want the mage to hit her with a javelin and Unaka. So, Unica, whatever. Some people get upset about pronunciation. To those people, I would say just get over it. If you have names that people aren't used to pronouncing, they're probably going to get them wrong. And I skipped cutscenes, so and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Look at Brig in Overwatch. No one knows how to say her name, so everyone just calls her Brig. This is how things are. I might even just call her Yuna because it's easier. Or Al, Yuna. Celine is fine. Luis is fine. Alfred, Jade, Anna. And Chloe is Chloe, which is why. Why though? Alright, we can do wind. She's pretty low, but that's fine. We'll use wind. We'll use wind power. Ow. Poor little Anna. Poor little Anna. Alright, then you need to catch a heal. Okay, and then he can actually go here and shoot this, so Luis just needs to get out of the way. Steel bow? Oh yeah, stupid. The stupid chain. The stupid chain guard. Get out of here, man. Enough with the chain guard. Alright, I'll hit you so I can get rid of your chain guard. You happy now? Cool, I dodged. Alright, now you're dead. Now you may die.
Great shot!
I'll apologize later.
Great shot. Woo. Alright. Alright, so we've got our guys.
Go ahead.
I want to kill that thing too. I want to kill this. I want to kill this man. I'm tired of his little games, his little chain guard games. Not a fan.
Understood.
Alright, then you kill this with a javelin. Specifically a javelin, so that she can counterattack the mages. And they should go for her.
Simple enough.
I hope. She might be too high res. And I can't kill this guy safely, because then I have to put a mage, or put up, maybe I can kill it. I won't counterattack though, so... what are you gonna do? Alright. Pulling these mages. Perfect. You want to kill them, because then it makes the boss fight very easy. Oh, that stupid... dude, the stupid chain guard guy got in my way? What are you doing? Get out of here. He prevented me from killing the other mage. At least easily. Alright, so now what we're gonna do... and this is why you want the obstruct, because it just makes it more controllable. Staff. Obstruct. Boom. And then you can do this as much as you need it. and troll the boss. Alright, so then she can kill this. Get out of here. With your little shielding arts. There's some hardcore Yunaka fans in this game. There's a lot of hardcore fans of everything in this game. I have not said Yunaka was bad at all. I've never said this statement. People act like I say Yunaka is bad. Same thing with Dancer. I never said Dancer was bad. I said Dancer isn't overpowered in 3 houses, which is true, because there's so many broken things that it's just one of those broken things to some degree. But people treat that opinion like I'm saying Dancer is bad, in general. So it's just funny how people don't understand arguments that are being made and then assume that they understand what you're saying. I should have left her on that healing tile. But it's just funny how that works out. Alright, then you can ping him with a longbow. Might as well. Some damage on him. And then kind of set up. And then you just dump all of your ults on him and kill him. You just take a dump on it whole thing. He attacked the middle. I love that. That's funny. Alright. Okay, we can't get to him yet. I can freeze him again, though. I can infinitely freeze him. I can kill this and then freeze him. I think. Can I kill this? There we go. Yeah, get out of here with your shielding arts, man. We don't want that.
It's tea time.
Yeah, this part,
Well enough.
the previous time I recorded this was like really annoying, and I didn't have like a really obvious good strategy here. But the first time I did this fight, this is what I did. Because then you can control when you dive him, and you can even poke him with 3 range for fun, and he loves it. You can tell he likes it. 1 damage now. Why is he hit for 1 now? Oh, Alir's not standing next to him. Got it. Okay. Alright, then we need to get people in. Alright, what is your crit rate on her? 9? Yeah, you have to watch out. He has killer bow and also the crazy stuff. Alright, so you can get your good units in. Honestly, Alfred here, he's not going to do anything, so he needs to get out of here. These tanks need to dive him, and their mobility is terrible, so they need to be closer. She can warp Ragnarok. She can hit. Let's do this. Alright, this next turn we kill him. I'll put her on the healing tile. Yeah, this obstruct thing here, this is huge. Because then you can completely control him. And that's what you want in these types of fights. Alright, he has Manicotti equipped now. So we can now hit him at range. Alright, so I'm going to do Lodestar. Yeah, this is why you want to save the Lodestar.
My prayers are with you.
Now, arguably, because you have control over him, you could have used it earlier. So, feel free to use it earlier, I guess, if you want. Alright, and then let's set up Lapis. Alright, just a hit. Surprisingly, he has 0 crit on her. It's interesting.
Who's next?
She had a level up for that. That's nice. Speed. I'm going to run her this entire playthrough, just to see how good I can make her, but I guess I'll try to run Alfred too, even though he's kind of bad. He's like really bad. Okay, and then Chloe. It's showing the 1 symbol because he has a bow. Manicotti doesn't counter flyers.
I'll help.
Alright, so he's pretty much dead at this point. Easily killed. Can like Yunaka him. I could have done this to begin with to improve damage output.
Me first.
I don't use dagger units, so this is like the first playthrough I'm running daggers.
You got
Alright.
it.
Then she can actually just kill this outright. She doesn't have to ult. Wow. Dude, Anna's crazy. Alright, I might as well use a heal. Oh no, great sacrifice. That's big XP. Yeah. Holy crap, dude. I've seen people power level units with that, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, feel free to do that before the end of a match, and then hopefully she gets 500 more gold, but we've already gotten 500 gold, so I'm pretty happy.
I'll help.
I cannot accept this.
Alright, he's going to have to accept this, because that's what happened.
Please.
So yeah, that's it for Chapter 10. Some RNG. I did misplay twice with the Armor Slayer. She's now 10 luck, which is huge. And she learned Spell Harmony, which is also nice. And we got a Master Seal. But yeah, that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you found this useful. And feel free to drop a comment. Let me know if you used any variation on the tactics or if you found something better. I'm always open to seeing, improvements or what other people are running, and I'll see you in the next one.